Hello, young professionals. My name is Mark Semendela, and I'm excited to do the Relational Essentials third hour with you. Today's topic, influencing with C.I.C. wrapped in prayer. So tonight's scripture verse, we're going to go out of 2 Corinthians 10:13 through 16. But we will not boast beyond limits, but will boast only with regard to the area of influence God assigned to us, to reach even to you. For we are not overextending ourselves as though we did not reach you, for we were first to come all the way to you with the gospel of Christ. We do not boast beyond limit in the labor of others, but our hope is that as your faith increases, our area of influence among you may be greatly enlarged. So again, if we go out into the kingdom, i.e. into the business world, and we share with others, this is the opportunity to influence others, so that we may preach the gospel in lands beyond you, without boasting of work already done in another's area of influence. So tonight's lessons, relational versus transactional influence, understanding and implementing the framework of C.I.C. wrapped in prayer for the kingdom. So being relational versus transactional, why does that have the greatest impact on your influence? Transactional, what does it look like to be transactional? It used to be a situation where I would figure out, what can somebody else do for me? How can I get the most out of somebody else? That was very transactional. It was very difficult for me to be relational at first. And so as I realized there's just such a longer impact and ROI on relational versus transactional. Transactional is just so short term. Yes, you're going to get some wins early. Yes, you're going to probably get some stuff over on people. But ultimately, you will be able to create influence with others by long-term relationships. So let's go into tonight's framework. C.I.C. wrapped in prayer. So we have care, impartation, and community wrapped in prayer. This is the framework that really helps you. So let's get into care. Care is about 90% of the conversation. Showing up and just listening to the individual, asking them questions like, hey, tell me a little about yourself. What do you got going on? How is God working in your life? Is really going to take you from transactional to relational. It's having them be seen. A lot of people are in isolation. They don't get a chance for other people to come in with no agenda and just listen to them as they talk. So caring for them is a huge part of listening well and loving and sharing, just an ability to just love on this person and see who they are. As you're discovering who they are, ask good questions. CVMC offers a training course called Leadership Coach Training. This is absolutely level up your leadership skills and your asking question and coaching questions. So asking questions that make them think or pause will really help you drive that conversation. Understanding their why is a big part of caring who they are, but ultimately you're trying to find commonality. And then that commonality is what we use and leverage in the impartation. So we want to add value in their life in the commonality section. So when you earn the right by listening, you can do that several times, but eventually that's not going to be enough for you to be influential in their life. You really need to add value in their life by solving their problem. Again, listening well is good, but if you can ask a good question to make them pause and think where they wouldn't have normally thought that through, or that wisdom that you're showing by asking good questions will help. If you can introduce them to other individuals that can add value in their life, that's part of the community that we'll get into. If you have the resources to solve their problem, this is an opportunity to do that. And your resources might not be monetary. It might be time. Again, it might be community. It might be other individuals. But they should walk away saying, hey, there's something different about that individual. There's something, that it factor, that I want to get to know more, that I want to keep meeting with this individual and over again. That's when you know you have influence in their life. So once you've added that value, community is really important. I usually have 1, 2, or 3 guys I'm thinking about of influencing them or introducing them to based on what they've told me on our commonality. As they meet these other people in your network, this will really help you add value and influence in their life. They've probably needing to improve or increase their community and their friend group, right? And as they meet you and then meet your influential people, they're gonna be like, I need to know more people like that in my life. So as you influence them and introduce them into community, you'll be able to help them understand, okay, this is the type of lifestyle that adds relational value with C.I.C. wrapped in prayer. So wrapped in prayer is the last part. So when you want to end the conversation, end it with, hey, how can I pray for you? Or what can I pray for you for? when you do that, you have them think about where they can pray in their life. And then you also be ready with what they can pray for you for. I usually have the same thing I say over and over again for a couple months in a row, so that when they come back to me, they can say, hey, how is this working in your life? And you can show them how God and their prayers were working in your life as well. So end in prayer, literally pray with them. Take a second to pray for them and over them. And then as you gain influence with them, ask them, hey, can you pray for me too? And now you're not just modeling it, you're also helping them practice that. So, C.I.C. wrapped in prayer. Relational versus transactional. This is how you can create influence and grow your influence in the kingdom and in the marketplace. Because people might not remember what you said, but they definitely remember how you made them feel. So I look forward to having a discussion in the future with you about C.I.C. wrapped in prayer and doing C.I.C. wrapped in prayer with you. But let's have a robust conversation on those questions we have there, and I'm excited to hear what you guys come out of with this conversation.